Hi kids! Today we'll learn about the story of Maya and the Magical Lotus. In a quaint village nestled by the banks of the holy Ganges River, there lived a young girl named Maya. She was a bright and curious child with eyes that shone like the morning sun. Maya's heart was as pure as the river's waters, and her spirit was as free as the birds that sang along its banks. Maya's village was known for its reverence of nature and its deep connection to the ancient traditions of India. The villagers believed in the power of kindness, compassion, and the importance of living in harmony with the world around them. Maya's parents, like all the villagers, instilled these values in their daughter from a young age. One day, as Maya was playing by the river, she noticed something extraordinary: a lotus flower unlike any she had ever seen. Its petals were a brilliant shade of cerulean blue, with a golden center that shimmered in the sunlight. It seemed to radiate a gentle, otherworldly energy. As she reached out to touch the lotus, it began to rise from the water, floating toward her like a mystical jewel. Maya watched in amazement as the lotus settled gently into her outstretched hand. She cradled it with care, feeling a warmth and connection to the flower that she couldn't explain. Maya knew that this lotus was no ordinary flower. It was a gift from the divine, a symbol of purity, enlightenment, and the interconnectedness of all living beings. The villagers, upon seeing the lotus, believed it to be a sign that Maya was destined for greatness and that her life would be filled with a special purpose. In the years that followed, Maya's bond with the lotus deepened. She spent her days exploring the natural beauty of her village, often accompanied by the lotus, which now resided in a small, ornate pot on her windowsill. It seemed to thrive in her presence, its petals glowing with an ethereal light. As Maya grew older, she became known throughout the village for her wisdom and compassion. She was always ready to lend a helping hand to those in need, and her heart was as vast and open as the Ganges itself. People would often seek her counsel, and Maya's words had a way of bringing comfort and clarity to their lives. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the villagers gathered by the river for a festival of lights, a wise old sage named Guruji approached Maya. He was known throughout the region for his spiritual knowledge and insight. "Maya," Guruji said, "I have heard of your wisdom and the bond you share with the Magical Lotus. I believe it is time for you to embark on a journey, an inner journey to unlock the true potential of your spirit." Maya, intrigued and filled with reverence for Guruji, nodded in agreement. "I am ready, Guruji, please guide me on this path." Guruji led Maya to a secluded spot by the river, where the moon's reflection shimmered on the water's surface. He instructed her to close her eyes, take a deep breath, and let go of all worldly attachments. As Maya meditated under the guidance of Guruji, she felt a profound sense of peace and serenity. She became aware of a presence, the lotus, that seemed to guide her consciousness to a higher plane. She felt herself floating, weightless, and enveloped in a warm, golden light. In this elevated state of consciousness, Maya saw visions of her village, her family, and the world beyond. She saw the interconnectedness of all life, the rivers that flowed into the oceans, the trees that reached for the skies, and the animals that roamed the earth. She understood that every action, no matter how small, had a ripple effect, touching the lives of all living beings. When Maya opened her eyes, she felt transformed. A sense of clarity and purpose filled her heart. Guruji smiled at her and said, "You have unlocked the wisdom within, Maya. You are now ready to fulfill your destiny and share your gift with the world." Maya returned to her village, her spirit radiating a newfound light. She continued to offer her wisdom and compassion to those in need, but now, her words seemed to carry an even deeper resonance. People came from far and wide to seek her guidance, and her reputation as a wise and compassionate counselor spread throughout the land. One day, a traveler from a distant village arrived at Maya's doorstep. He was a humble man named Siddharth, and he carried with him a heavy burden, an unforgiving grudge he held against a neighbor who had wronged him. Siddharth had heard of Maya's wisdom and sought her counsel to find a path to forgiveness. Maya welcomed Siddharth and listened to his story with empathy. She gazed at the lotus on her windowsill, its radiant petals seeming to pulse with understanding. She then shared a story that held the key to Siddharth's dilemma. Once, began Maya, there lived two brothers in a distant village. They were inseparable, their bond unbreakable. But as time passed, a misunderstanding arose between them, and their hearts grew heavy with resentment. They stopped speaking to each other, and their once thriving bond withered away. One day, an elder from their village visited them. He handed each brother a bundle of sticks and asked them to break the bundle. Both brothers easily snapped the sticks in half. The elder then handed them another bundle, this time with 100 sticks tightly bound together. He asked them to break the bundle. The brothers struggled, but no matter how hard they tried, the bundle remained unbroken. The elder explained, "Just as the individual sticks are weak when they stand alone, so are you. But when you stand together, bound by love and forgiveness, you are unbreakable, no matter the challenges that come your way." The brothers, moved by the elder's wisdom, embraced each other and let go of their grudge. They mended their bond and lived their days in peace, side by side. Siddharth listened to Maya's tale, his heart touched by its message. He realized that forgiveness was the key to healing his own wounds and restoring harmony with his neighbor. With Maya's guidance, Siddharth took the first step toward forgiveness. He visited his neighbor, and as they spoke, the weight of their past grievances began to lift. They, too, mended their bond, just as the brothers in Maya's story had done. Word of Siddharth's transformation spread throughout the land. And people marveled at Maya's ability to heal hearts and mend relationships. Her wisdom and the power of the lotus were a beacon of hope, reminding all that forgiveness and compassion had the power to bring people together. Maya's legacy continued to grow, and she became known as Maya, the keeper of the lotus of compassion. Her village prospered, and the teachings of love and forgiveness she shared with the world continued to ripple outward, touching lives and bringing harmony wherever they went. The lesson learned from Maya's journey was clear: forgiveness and compassion were not just virtues to be admired, but powerful forces that could transform lives and mend the deepest wounds. The lotus, with its radiant petals, remained a symbol of purity and the interconnectedness of all living beings, reminding everyone that the true magic of life could be found in the depths of the human heart. So kids, did you like that story? For more stories like this, click the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive notifications when new videos are posted.